A growing funding problem is putting millions of Yemenis at risk of hunger and loss of essential aid the coming year, UN agencies warn. They say reduction resources could push vulnerable families closer to famine. This report has more details.
A growing funding crisis is threatening the livelihoods of millions of Yemenis in the coming year, despite humanitarian and development efforts that have helped ease suffering in parts of the country. UN agencies are warning that a widespread financial gap could undermine emergency responses aimed at protecting children and the most vulnerable from extreme food insecurity. UNICEF says it needs more than $126 million next year to sustain essential health, nutrition, water, education, and protection services for millions of children who rely on aid to survive. The agency has warned that funding shortfalls could force the closure of thousands of feeding centers and lead to severe shortages of life-saving supplies, putting hundreds of thousands of children at risk. The Food and Agriculture Organization has also appealed for nearly $87 million to support agriculture livelihoods and strengthen resilience for over 9 million people, as Yemen remains one of the world's worst food crises. More than half of population faces acute food insecurity, driven by years of conflict, economic collapse, disrupted supply chains, and climate shocks. Economic experts warn that reduced humanitarian assistance is already shrinking local markets and weakening purchasing power, while malnutrition could cause long-term losses in productivity. Meanwhile, development agencies say targeted rural projects have proven effective, improving water efficiency, boosting farm production, and raising incomes for thousands of families, highlighting what could be lost if funding gaps persist.